Hey guys, welcome back to another lesson, and this is what we do before we even start touching the horse, before any kind of flexibility, before we even get a halter on them. And I use this as a listening warm-up for a horse to get their feet moving, get their brain working, and really get them focused on me and how I'm moving in the yard. So we're going to teach them here how to listen to us and how to bring their energy up and down, and also listen to our voice. And we're going to attach a lot of energy and intent to our words, the way we talked about in a previous video. This is where we put it into practice. Now, the whip I'm holding here, this is only an encouragement tool. We never, ever, ever touch the animal with the whip. I'm using a stock whip because I don't own a lunging whip. And if you own a lunging whip, you can use that instead. You can use whatever you like. So what we're going to do to start is we're going to direct him away from us. We're going to show him the door, point our arm in the direction we want him to go, and get him to move away. That's it. And we want to start at a walk. We always start at a slow pace, because if an animal can't do something at a walk, there's no way he can do it at a trot or even a canter. So what I'm telling him to do is I'm telling him to walk on, and I've got a warm energy, a forward energy, just calm, move himself away from me in a nice free manner. That's a nice swinging walk. That's really good. And you'll be wondering, why am I walking around behind the horse if I'm lunging him in a way? It is my belief that you never see two ballroom dancers together and one of them standing stone still. You never see it, because that's not a partnership. And how are you supposed to work with someone who isn't moving? How are you supposed to read their body language? So anyway, that's my philosophy on that. Now, I'm going to get him to trot out, and as we said before, attaching energy, I'm telling him trot in a really big voice, really strong forward energy, and I'm bringing that whip around, and I'm not touching him with it. I'm simply pointing it towards his back fetlock, and just that motion, he can see it come around, but it never touches him. It's just encouragement. And so you can see here already, before I even asked him to steady down, I slowed my own feet, and he's come back to a walk. So every time we are moving, we change our own energy, and then we change our words, and then we show him. So what we're doing here is we want to show him, we want to teach the horse to turn into us. You know, I know a lot of people have trouble with this. Their horse turns the other way. They show their rump. When we're doing this, you know, we bring the energy back. We step away from their drive line, and we show them the door. And we point our arm, show them the way, and try and draw them towards us. So, and a lot of times, a lot of horses, you know, will turn their rump the first few times. That's fine. That's okay. But when they do that, you immediately step back and correct them, make them go the way they were originally going to start with. So straight away correct them, and then keep showing them, offering them a solution. And as soon as they get it right, let them do a few laps and just calm themselves and lower the stress. So I'm going to bring out my encourager again, just because that trot's a little bit too lazy for me. And again, just pointing at the back foot. He doesn't even have to get all the way around, just pointing towards his back foot, and the big voice in trot. And that's a good trot. I quite like that. So I'm going to put my encourager away, and I tell him steady, and look at that. Beautiful, nice change down a gear, slowing my feet, slowing the energy, and we've got a nice steady walk. There we go. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to get him up to a canter, because he hasn't actually done a canter in any of the groundwork that I've done. And this can get a little bit frantic sometimes, but they do need to realize that they can get to all three gates with you in the yard with them. So that when we finally get on his back, he already knows the voice command, and he already knows that he can do it. And it's not frantic, it's controlled. But the first few times, it's just going to be maybe half a circle, and each time you do this exercise, you get more and more. And soon you should be able to get, 3-4 circles out of them at a canter. So I'm increasing the energy in my feet, and I'm using a really big voice to say, hop, like that. And so every time I'm stepping into the circle, stepping into his drive line, and, just flicking that towards the back foot. And all of that combined, you may need to have to jog after them for a few strides, and telling him to steady back. See, and he's listening. Even though he has gone into a canter and we've raised the energy in the round yard, he's still calm enough to listen. So like I said, stepping back, open the door, change directions, good. And steady down, we want to start from a walk. There we go. That's a good start. Nice and relaxed, he's got an ear on me, he's listening, he's watching my feet, he's responding. So we're going to move it up to a trot, open the door, that's it, show him the way we want him to go, pointing. Trot, big words. That's a nice trot, but it could be a little bit better. That's okay, I'm happy with that, it's nice and swinging. Bring out the encourager. I'm going to get him to use a bit more of the round yard because he is cutting in towards the camera. There we go, that's better. So now we're going to ask for big energy into a canter. And hop, hop, increasing the feet. There we go. And bring it back. The second I step back and bring it down, he comes down. Head down, ear on me, licking and chewing. He's asked if he's done it right, and he most certainly has. And steady. There we go. Steady kid. And just talking, see I'm slowing myself even more so that because he's trying to offer more, but we don't want any more just yet. There we go. And we get a woo. There we are. And he's not sure because he's been made to run away, but that's all right. We'll change the direction of our feet, which will change the direction of his. He's not sure. That's okay. It's the first day I've made him do this. First day I've hunted him around and he's a little bit concerned, but it's all just green horse business. Changing the direction of my feet, and notice how every time I come around, his feet come forward. There we go. Ah, that's it. Now we understand. He goes, "You've never asked me to do that before." I haven't, but he's done a very good job. So that is the basic listening exercise that I do with all horses before we start even their basic flexibility, before every ride. We get their feet moving, we get their brains moving, and we work together.